We're very excited to get started today, so we're gonna get started right at noon. So thank you for being here.
Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh, it's fun to see 33. Oh, we can see the participants. Oh my gosh, welcome everybody. Keep coming. Come on. Hey, como mai, como mai, como mai. Yeah, you don't just kind of be quiet when people walk in the door. You say, "Ee, welcome, 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 everyone."
Oh, hi, everybody.
Vera's here. Hi, Vera.
Oh, wonderful. We have some Hawaiʻi.
Lisa's here. Oh my gosh. Hi.
It's going to be a reunion, Manu.
Wow, what a great day this is going to be.
Oh, yes. We're so excited.
Hi, Ruth. Way to make it. Good afternoon. Wow, this is beautiful. From Kailua. Nice. Welcome. Welcome, Beth. Yeah. Wow. Terry. Welcome, Terry. Wow, that's pretty special. Wow.
All right. Shall we get started?
48. Okay.
All right, we'll get started, and as we share our introductions, we hope more people will start coming in. So welcome everyone to our final installment of the Healing Art Series. We've had a wonderful journey through different art forms this last month as we honored Mental Health Awareness Month through this Healing Art Series. We did movement with Lauhala Mat from Flo Kako. We experienced the power of music with music therapist Patricia Blair, and shared pieces of our life stories through writing and poetry with Laurel Nakanishi. Before we introduce our incredible presenter for today, a quick introduction of myself and of the Hawaii Arts Alliance, who are one of the two hosts of this program. My name is Dr. Sara Mizban. I am the Community Wellness Director and the founder of the Creative Wellness Initiative at the Alliance. The Hawaii Arts Alliance has been around since 1980 and serves to engage and transform communities by supporting and cultivating creativity through the arts. As a state captain for Americans for the Arts, and a member of the State Arts Advocacy Network, we advocate for all the arts disciplines and genres. To date, the Arts Alliance has 5 areas of programming: arts education, arts collaborations, fiscal sponsorships, creative artists network, and community programs like Creative Wellness, which this Healing Art Series falls underneath. The Creative Wellness Initiative was developed to address the topic of mental health and wellness through the use of arts and creative advocacy. The arts are an essential aspect of our lifelong development and overall health and wellness, and a powerful tool in helping to reduce stigma, minimize the impact of mental illness, and to promote wellness. We are grateful to work alongside organizations like Mental Health America of Hawaii. It is only through these collaborations that we can expand and reach and provide the essential support needed to our communities. To find out more about the Alliance, please visit our website, and I will turn it over to Dr. Mistisa Goss to share more about Mental Health America of Hawaii.
Thank you, Dr. Mizban. So just a little bit of information about Mental Health America of Hawaii. We've been around for about 75 years, and we've worked on a mission to promote mental wellness through education, advocacy, and service that reduces stigma and improves the overall care and empowerment of those impacted by mental illness. We have a lot of new resources that are available on our Mental Health America Hawaii.org website. So there's a piece about getting connected. And if you're looking for any kind of information regarding COVID resources, about housing, food, any kind of things like that for what's happening right now, please feel free to check out that website. There's a lot of resources there. They are state and also through nonprofits. We have a lot of social media pieces that are happening as well. So June is going to be our mindfulness month, and we would love for you to join us with that. We have our Live in the Now Instagram that has self-care pieces. We also have our Facebook that you can go to for general information, which is where you will find our Facebook events, where we have different types of webinars that go over self-care, pieces about general information for youth and mental health, and even a relationship series that will be starting in June. You'll also find our Facebook groups. So you have our Busy Bees Keiki activities. So they have a lot of really cool crafts and gardening pieces, and even book recommendations for children who are interested in getting out in nature or learning things like specifically for June, things around mindfulness and being present focused. We also have a group specific for Maui. It keeps us updated on what's happening there, events and trainings. And then we also have our book club. So if you have any questions about any of that information or want to get anything about what's happening here, you can always contact us at info@mentalhealthhawaii.org. We are open, so if you have any questions regarding resources or referrals, please give us a call. You'll see our numbers listed there. Oahu's the 521-1846, and then anyone in Maui County is 242-6461.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm excited to introduce you to our presenter for today's Healing Arts series. Dr. Manulani Meyer is a scholar practitioner dedicated to the role aloha plays in worldwide awakening. That's incredibly powerful. She is an outdoor experiential educator who went indoors to become a professor of Indigenous epistemology, or the philosophy of knowledge. She is currently active at University of Hawaii's West Oahu campus, working on food security projects that involve the coconut palm and other various fruit trees. She has been a practitioner of Ho'oponopono for over 30 years, and we're very excited in a very short period of time. We only have 45 minutes to have her share with us a incredibly important topic, which Ho'opono, which is the first discipline found in Ho'oponopono, and which is the art of healing relationships within ritualized discussion. Before we start, we're going to have a quick disclaimer and a couple housekeeping items from Ms. Disa and Amanda.
So just a little bit of disclaimer, we wanted people to know that the Healing Art series is not art therapy. It's not meant to have you practice these things when you leave this webinar, but to start a conversation about the information and to provide you with some education and awareness about it. So this is an art-based series that does those things and lets you do experiential exercises to make you more familiar with creativity and self-discovery. We know that some of you attending are interested in getting more information about art therapy, so you can go to certain places to look for the kind of art therapists that you might want to engage with. So that could be at arttherapy.org, psychologytoday.com, and atcb.org. And these slides will be provided to you at the end of the training. So we send you a link to our video, and this will be included in that in case you want to follow up with it. Also, we know that for some people, when you're going through the process of discovery and uncovering, that sometimes a lot of emotions can come up. And for those of you who may experience feelings that make you feel unsafe and that may have you having thoughts of suicide, we want to provide this information for you to let you know there are absolutely some crisis resources that are available and will continue to be available at any point that you may need them. So there's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. And then we also have our crisis line of Hawaii. So for Oahu, you'll see it's the 832-3100, and for neighbor islands, which is toll free, the 1-800-753-6879. At any point in the presentation, if you're needing those numbers, please just send a message to the panelists and we will provide you with that. And then if you will do a little bit of Zoom 101, I know not everyone is familiar with it, so we just always want to give everyone like a little bit of an introduction on how to use the pieces that we'll be using today.
Yeah, great. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. So as you can see, we are in a Zoom webinar format, so everyone's cameras as well as microphones are automatically turned off, so don't worry about accidentally turning anything on. It shouldn't happen. You all seem to be very competent at the chat box feature already, but for those of you who haven't utilized it yet, there is a feature on your screens for a chat box where you're able to interact with us as panelists or each other's participants. So if you send a message to all panelists, then us four on the screen as hosts and panelists will only be able to see that message. However, if you send a message to all panelists and attendees, then everyone who is on this webinar today will be able to see that message. So totally up to you. You do not have to interact in the chat feature, but if you have a comment or any participation in that way, that is an option for you. if you have any questions on anything that comes up during today, the panelists and myself will be monitoring the chat box, but we encourage you to put any questions that you may have in the Q&A feature, which should also be on your screen. We will dedicate some time at the very end to be able to address any questions that come up. But that is another feature for yourself. And like Dr. Misty Sagas said, all of these slides will be made available to you, as well as a link to the recording afterwards. So.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, everybody. I'm just grateful. I'd like to just take a moment, since this is our last session, to say how grateful I am for all of our presenters, and to my team here, Amanda and Mestiza, for making this happen. This was kind of our response to COVID. We still wanted to really acknowledge the mental health crisis that we do have here in Hawaii, but nationally as well, that you know, the arts are such a wonderful way to do that, and culture is also another really important way that we can utilize tools to and lifestyle, just way that we live to be healthier and happy. And we have a lot of work to do, but we're grateful for practitioners like Manu and Dr. Meyer, excuse me, who will share their knowledge, and we hope that we can continue this kind of work in the future. It's really important for us to be doing this work right now. And so, without further ado, I'm going to pass it along to Dr. Meyer to get us going, since she's got so much wonderful information to share. So thank you all for being here.
Mahalo, Sarah. Alana kahi moi, alana mali e a oiai. He io kumu, he io lau, he io lono a kia. E ho ulu mai, e ho ulu mai. E ho ulu ai ka veli. A ke aloha, a ke aloha, a ke aloha, a ke aloha. Hui. Aloha mai ka koa pau. Are we ready, everybody? First of all, I just want to say this is really special to be here in this way. There's 82 of us participating in today's webinar, and mahalo nui for taking an hour out of your day. Thank you, Amanda and Sarah and Mestiza, for this opportunity, and thank you, Hawaii Arts Alliance. We've got lots of work to do, because I truly believe that Hawaii is going to be pivotal in saving the planet. And this is why I love it that the Hawaii Arts Alliance has included the Healing Arts series, because all healing is art related. All art is healing related. When you link into beauty, you link into the animating principle of the world. So I want to start by saying aloha mai to my sister Meliana, because Meli is a really exciting, contributing, a radically awake artist for our Hawaiian Islands. And this image is part of her mind. It's a pewa. And if you've ever seen old Hawaiian bowls, you've seen the really cool ones are cracked. And when they're cracked, they're actually healed with a pewa. And this is a Hawaiian way of mending the cracks. And I thought this image was just brilliant, because do you see the geometric ideas in that image? Because art is life, art is experience. Thank you, John Dewey. And when I saw this image from my sister Melly, I truly felt that this was the image of today, because this is Ho'opono. Ho'opono. For this next 45 minutes, pono means, for me, truth. And we're going to go into what that means, because everyone has different ways of talking about pono. And as a Ho'oponopono practitioner, when you use relative truth to get back to absolute truth, you're healing. You're healing yourself, you're healing your family. But because of the simultaneity of what Indigenous practitioners are bringing to the world, it's also absolute truth, returning to relative truth. You know what I mean? So we're going to go into what that means, but I want to tell you that we heal through intentionality, and Ho'opono is this pewa, is this capacity to intentionalize our wakefulness through language. And so language is a focus. It's actually the Derrida called the voice the closest thing to consciousness. And I love that, because Ho'opono is that expression of consciousness. And that's why we heal through the act of creativity, the act of our presence, and the act of consciousness shaped by our dialogue with each other. So let's begin. The process and the basic principle of Ho'oponopono is to speak and to live pono. And Amanda, you can hit the next slide. So Melly always gives us these beautiful images of Hawaii. And I love that that one is just so big, it just traverses the whole Pacific. But let's begin by placing Hawaiian culture at the center of this discussion, okay, gang? Because it's time to be clear of where the mo'o lives. And for me, mo'o, when people, my job here at UH West Oahu is simply to help indigenize this institution. I always laugh when people laugh, because it's funny. What is indigenizing a university? It actually is very simple. It means to find where the mo'o lives. And mo'o for us simply means continuity. Continuity. What is it about Hawaiian culture that is completely necessary for these times? And I think the heart of it is found in pono and aloha. And we're going to go to what pono means. So finding out what actually creates continuity is to go to the truth of events. And the truth of events is when we actually see something, speak something, recognize something, and discuss it in a pono way. So it's kind of like the Native American idea of walking the red path, or walking the good red road. It's the same idea. Pono for us in Hawaii is synonymous with goodness, uprightness, and for this discussion, truth. So Ho'opono is the speaking of truth. So let's go. Let's dive into what that may look like. Okay, Amanda, next slide. All right. Now, when Auntie Pilahi Paki spoke about different forms of interpretation, she was describing what my friend Pulama Collier of Maui is calling ikipapa kolu. It is the three ways to interpret. Just like my sister Melly is interpreting images in her own way. There's a literal interpretation, or ho'opukaku. There's a multiple interpretation of an idea, or kauna. And then there's an esoteric or very, very personal, deeply mysterious noahuna. And those are three fundamental ways in which to access knowledge, in which to see what pono can mean. So what's happening nowadays is that people are trying to tell us, give us their version of what pono is. It's I've got you only for 40 minutes, but after this, it's all up to you, because you are the you are the interpreter of your life, and that is what's found in creativity and in the expressions of healing and art. And this is why I honor what my sister Melly is trying to do with these booklets and these ideas of creativity, because when our youth and when our adults can express themselves in their own ways, they're going into their own noahuna. And when you do that with Ho'opono, because in a Ho'oponopono, when we ritualize our healing process, what I find in the very beginning of Ho'oponopono, when we ask people to speak their truth about what exactly happened, it actually takes many, many times around the circle to get to the deepest of their truth, you know, because everyone starts off at the literal. They point, they literal. This is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. It's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we're going to go into the kauna. And then after that, when you get into your own version and you can actually really dive into that, that noahuna, that deeply personal reason why you got angry. You know, this is why when Paulo Freire said conflict is the midwife of consciousness, he meant it. And this is why when our kupuna say that anger is a thing that gives no life, they meant it. Meaning you've got to figure out what your conflict is. And so this is why our siblings become our best teachers. My twin is my mentor. She's a mentor because she's completely opposite from me. And if you're not mentored by difference, you're just going to be a, you know, baby kind neo-colonizer, I think. And remember, the road to hell is paved with what? Good intention. Okay, so I want to give you this, and I want to pause for a bit because I want you to talk with somebody either in your room or maybe write some things down and say, put truth, put pono, truth, and give some synonyms. So let's just do a moment here and talk about what you believe truth is in your life, because true intelligence is self-knowledge. That's what I love about Plato. He was pretty cool. And our kupuna said the same thing. Malokone mavahone. What you believe, you then express. But you got to know what you believe. So let's just talk with somebody or write some thoughts down on pono. What do you believe truth is for you? How is it expressed? Anything. Okay? Let's just take a minute. All right, gang? Can you do, I'll do the chat box too if you want to do some chit-chatting. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Okay, Amanda, next slide. Thanks, everybody. The dialogic, the ability to express an idea, the ability to kuka, is actually the interest, the readiness that we have to listen and then to be heard. And that's what I learned from my twin sister, Moana. This is her. Can you imagine? This is my twin sister. Oh my gosh. Did I have a hard time with her? But she is just the best, because look how unique she is. Look how unique. This is she's saying Magic Mo in here. So she's like a kind of a magician in Portland, Oregon, I think, or, you know, Portlandia. It's really real. And she's happy there, and she's doing her best. And I so appreciate my twin. So I give this image to you because Ho'opono, if you do not heal, and if you are not working on healing with your siblings, on healing with your family, your mother, your father, it gets harder. And it gets harder if you don't do the work that's closest to you. So Moana has been my mentor, and she has forgiven me for a million things that I have done throughout my life to her. Thanks, Mo. But so this image reminds us that we are in a time of radical transformation. We see this as a ho'oulu, or a time of becoming. COVID-19 is, you know, is like a really radical time. And if we don't use it well, then pono will slip from our hands, and we'll just think normal without consciousness is what this was for. And that is not the point. Ho'opono, the ability to speak truth, asks us to be present, to be authentic, to embody the values and principles that make Hawaii unique, special, and vital for our time. So what makes Hawaii special, everybody? That's where Ho'opono actually begins to animate a core indigenous capacity that people will value, because we do. We do. Next, Amanda. And so here's my sister Melly. Hi, Melly. Because once you start on the Pono path, it's just fabulous. Because then you figure out when you don't do Pono. And I love this picture of Melly, because she is an aloha ʻohana practitioner. And, you know, for us in Hawaii, you know, this is where the mo'o lives, in the center of loving land. Our kupuna never had to say aloha ʻohana, you know that. Our queen called our aina ku'aina aloha, and meaning the land that has never not loved us, the land that loves us, ku'aina aloha. But we had to return to the practice of it and the pono of it by saying aloha aina. We had to go back to being more conscious. So here's where the mo'o lives, and this is what ho'opono. I'm not just pointing to the idea, we're practicing it. I am practicing it at this moment, that you will recognize the vibrancy, the resonance, the capacity, the quality of truth. It's just recognized. And because Hale Makua, one of our beloved teachers, said truth is the highest goal and aloha is the greatest truth. You can find that knowledge in every ancient spiritual tradition, that truth and compassion are the same ideas in moving opposites. It's like a wholeness idea. But when we're on the pono path, when we're practicing ho'opono, you actually have to figure out I have to figure out when I'm not on it. And when I'm not on the pono, when I can feel myself saying, when they say, so how much did this cost, how much did this shirt cost? And I'd say, oh, $18, when I know it was $42. So even that small little bit of relative mistruth is catch yourself. And because when you get off the kinipopo of even the smallest truths like that, you will begin to self-justify the little white lies. You know what I mean? So it's a house of cards once you go down that road. So ho'opono, it is rigorous, because once you keep catching yourself, when you talk to your siblings, when you talk to your friends, when you talk to your colleagues, be truthful. How is this meetings? And sometimes I'm like, wow, gosh, I'm falling asleep, and everyone laughs, because that's the truth. I mean, you don't have to be rude about it, but truth heals. It heals, and it's often very it aligns with the machinations of who you are. And this is why Ho'opono is the basis of Ho'oponopono. You cannot facilitate Ho'oponopono if you yourself aren't pono. I'm not the pono cop. This is not what we do. You know, you know what I mean? No such thing as the, you know, pono cop in this. I can only tell you my own readiness. So when someone says, wow, is that pono? I look at them and I go, brah, if you have to ask the question, you already know the answer. The answer is no. So, you know, no ask. Basically, do. Makahanaka ike. By my actions, teach my mind. So here's the purpose of Ho'opono. We do it. We don't just talk about doing it. And so when I fall off the wagon, I know. And so I've learned to say, I love myself, twice. And you can practice that, okay? Not once, it's too little. Not 3 times, that's too much. But Ho'opono, when you fall off the truthful wagon and you fall off your pono, you can say, I love myself. And then you start laughing again. And then, you know, and that's the point of this webinar, is to get us into practicing our own self-awareness in a cultural way, so that Indigenous sensibilities, epistemologies, and practices can be amplified. Okay? Thanks, Amanda. Next one. Okay, so there it is. There's our beloved homeland. Hey, puko okani aina. I love that olelo no eao. It's like coral. When coral grows, it reaches out for land, and then the land gets, you know, stronger, bigger. This is what we're experiencing in the Everplains. It's just coral. It's amazing. So the no huna is the one from the many from the one. What does that really mean? That means that when we begin to get on the kini popo, to get on the ball of wanting to be intentional about how we communicate, how we heal, how we recognize truth, how we inspire truth in others by embodying it and practicing it ourselves, we are in essence sounding out for the like minds that then can create a stronger foundation for our health and wellness. We don't just do this for ourselves. Not at all. It's a mutual emergence. It's mutual causality. It is a simultaneous event. When I speak my truth to others, they are then encouraged by my own commitment to do it themselves. And that's the purpose of speaking with our hearts and not worrying about what I'm going to say. You know, when I mess it up, I'll ask for forgiveness. But that practice of Ho'oponopono, when you begin that practice, which I know you all have, it helps other people heal. It does. And you could be the president of a university, or you could be the mailman. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we practice makahanaka ike, because he puko o kani aina. We can sound out for each other, and in that finding each other, we will be strengthened, and our island will be healed. Thanks, Amanda. All right, next one. I love this picture. I had to just throw it in here, because what happens when Ho'opono is practiced, when you're thinking about truth in a fundamental practitioner's way, you begin to recognize that everybody has their own truth. Ta-da! Isn't that great? And this is why these glasses, I used to blow glass, and I love glass blowing because it was so dangerous and it was so instant, and you lost a lot of stuff. But I found these glasses in the last few years, and look at how unique they are. There's not one of them that's the same. So in our work as Indigenous practitioners or practitioners of continuity, you gotta recognize the wholeness of knowledge, the wholeness of the world. And there, you know, when people say, why do you keep talking about difference? I go, because it's what we have in common. You know, like, yay. So that's why when you say same, you gotta say the opposite, so that the wholeness of knowledge gets honored and gets procreated. So we are the same differently, okay? Can everyone say that? We are the same differently, okay? So How are we different? That's the beauty. That's the strength of us. So when you look at this cacophony of glasses, what we have in common is our shared purpose. And so glasses, their job is to hold liquids and serve liquids without dribbling all over my face. So these glasses, they great, they good, they do their business, they pono, they do the truth thing. And so as a systems thinker, you gotta know that our evolution is tied to diversity. And the diversity is then tied to our shared purpose. So figure out in your family, what's your shared purpose? That's why when the luau happens, oh my God, the party's on. Everybody get one purpose. And don't micromanage mine, because I'm good at what I do. Don't come over here and check whether my rocks are hot enough. I'm ma'a to this. So find the thing that you're good at and share that purpose with others. And that's pono. When you go into your truth, you're gonna find out who you are. And that is so revolutionary. And it's actually evolutionary. And I love that. We are not in a revolution. We're in an evolution. So yeah, I love that image. Thanks, Amanda. Next slide. Oh, that's my ʻohana. Ta-da! That's my mama, Auntie Ima, Auntie Ala, Uncle Kep, Uncle Nani, Uncle Noah. So you've got to know that when you continue and to focus on your practice of truth telling, you're going to understand more about yourself. Because I'm an adult child of an alcoholic. It's a serious loving love fest when you start to heal by speaking your own truths and healing with your mothers and your fathers and your uncles and your aunties. Oh my gosh, ho'okahila auhe mihi. That's pono. The first medicine is forgiveness. Yeah. Because look at those guys. Oh, I grew up with them. They were beloveds. Beloveds. But forgiveness is the path of pono. So when you practice the speaking of truth, as you know, forgiveness begins it all. And I just believe that is a major idea in Ho'oponopono, ho'okahila auhe mihi. So when we begin to forgive ourselves, when I forgive myself for how I behaved in my history, I begin to heal my damaged child. I begin to understand who I am more, and then I can grow. You know what I mean? One day I'll grow. So I want to say that there is wisdom in our elders. There is wisdom. Don't give it up to all the youth. The youth hold what's the word? What's the word? The word is innocence. But our kupuna hold wisdom. And if you don't hold that out for them, their role, my role in a couple of decades, I need a role. I need a role. And from my experiences, and this is a cultural thing, you guys, that our elders hold more experience. So when you value those with more experience, you'll mukawaha, you'll listen more. And you really ho'olono, you'll hear what they're saying because of their experience. And that is a path of pono. So these are my ʻohana, and I wanted to show you an image of my beloved ʻohana, because ho'okahila auhe mihi, the first medicine is forgiveness, and that is ho'opono. When you start to actualize it with your language, when you start to actualize it with your thoughts and your actions. Thanks, Amanda. Next slide. All right, so here we go. It's 12:38. We're gonna start to begin to close with one of the bestest, most radical ideas I've ever experienced in my life, and that is awamu kuleana. It's a wonderful story that my friend Pulama helped me understand. She asked me to figure out what awamu kuleana means, and I'm not a language person. I love our language. I personally think it's about what our language points to, and our language points to a type of living that is absolutely fantastic. I'm still on the word ike. I'm still on the word pono. I'm still on the word aloha. So Auamo Kuleana literally means, for me, my noahuna is collective transformation through individual excellence. So we had a youth food sovereignty conference in Hilo. There's about 150, 200 people participating for 5 days, and very little fiscal support, but the community came out and gave us everything, everything, everything. And we had so much fun, and we worked so hard. And what I found from that experience is what Auamo Kuleana really means. It literally means, the ho'opukuku of Auamo Kuleana means to carry your responsibility, because Auamo is a stick. It's the carrying of your responsibility. But my noahuna, because my own esoteric understanding of its meaning is because when everybody is doing their excellence, I mean everybody, then things begin to, Ao is a channel, Amo is co-creation, joy, expansion. Everything begins to expand in its own accord. And so when you're doing your excellence and I'm doing mine, and it better be different, then we meet through a mystical channel called Auamo. And so do you see the flower of life, that image? That's the image. That's actually the image of the unseen, expansive world of joy, of love, of pono. And when we do it collectively, boy, the party's on. You know what I mean? The sharing economics is on. I mean, it's just on because we believe and have trust, faith, and love each other. It's on when we suspend the disbelief that you can do it brilliantly. So don't micromanage me. But this is why we got to know who we are. So let's sing this. This my favorite olelo no iao, ulua e kevelina a ke aloha. It means the essence of love. The essence of love is the practice. And so I altered it through 30 years of understanding that loving is the practice of an awake mind. And I love the idea that it's a practice, because you don't just rock up and go, yeah, I'm good at loving. Yeah, no, you don't. You work at it. And Ho'opono helps us work at that over and over and over. And as a recovering Catholic, as a recovering athlete, as a recovering everything, I've had to work at it. So, but let's work at it together. So let's learn this Olelo no Iao together, and then we're going to chant it together. We've got a few more minutes. Okay, here we go. All right, there it is. Uluae kevelina a ke aloha. Let's say it together. Uluae kevelina a ke aloha. Loving is the practice of an awake mind. All right, so we're going to chant this. So when you chant, you're just going to relax and you're just going to breathe the idea. And I want you to hear your voice, okay? So listen to my first version, and then we're going to do it 4 times after me for a total of 5, because 5 is the number of healing. All right, so I really love doing this with people. And so remember, my hila, don't be shy. Listen to me once, do it, and then join in, because loving is the practice of your awake mind. Ulua e kevelina a ke aloha. Ulua e kevelina a ke aloha. Ulua e kevelina ake aloha, ulua e ke velina, ake aloha. Ulua e ke velina, ake aloha. Thanks, you guys. That was fantastic. I so appreciate this opportunity to talk story, and thank you for wanting to jump into the concept of speaking truth. So Amanda and Sarah and Matisa, you're on. Let me know what to do next.
Thank you, Dr. Meyer. That was very powerful and so relevant and important for the work that we all need to do within ourselves, and the work that we, I know that it feels like a life purpose for me to be doing this healing work for myself first, because I come from a beautiful and yet dysfunctional family, and constantly am working through what I don't even like the word dysfunctional in a lot of ways, because it's, you know, we all have, everyone has their story and why they are the way they are. And most of it is based in pain. And so how do we come to terms with that and heal through these relationships, and just within ourselves through the lens of the different systems that we've grown in. Actually, there was a question that happened earlier that I also have been thinking a lot about, because we do come from different families, that sometimes we don't have that opportunity to heal with our families. I just wondered, and this question was also asked, if we aren't able to heal with our families, or we come from families that maybe don't have the ability to do this work, how is it possible to still heal and do the work of Ho'oponopono without doing that within that system? And if so, how do you have any thoughts or suggestions as to how to do that?
Yes. Yes. Auntie Lynette Puglinawan, who is a beloved mentor and friend, actually is bringing out the practices of Ho'oponopono, so that we begin to enliven them within our own lives. So regardless, you know, that's why, regardless of other people's, where they're at, it actually doesn't matter. So the energy of where you're at is the only thing that you can control, is the only thing that you can nourish. And when you do that and practice the pono, so the next time your family frustrates you or something goes wrong, and the same. I love Ram Dass's thing when he said in the 80s that if you think you're so enlightened, go home for a weekend. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So go home and dissolve in your sense of, you know, I'm this way and they're dysfunctional. You know what I mean? Like, what family isn't dysfunctional? You know what I mean? You tell me, you give me a family that they say they're not dysfunctional, that is in itself perfect dysfunction, because the ability to judge in that capacity, I'm better, you know what I mean? Stop it. So when you pono, when you go into yourself and catch yourself, so when people go, oh, what can I do to make them change, to make they, there is no they. That's a deeper practice. And that, you know, that just drives people crazy. There's no they, there's you working on yourself. And so when a driver cuts in front of me because, you know, and I'm okay. Everyone else in the car is pissed off, but I'm okay. What's the trip? everybody. Why do we jump into each other's negativity? Just let them be who they are. And you, me, I practice on loving and truth-telling and Ho'opono and the practice. So that's my job. And so when that's all you're interested in, then acceptance becomes your modus operandi. And then it's equanimity, not equality. It's just equanimity is a spiritual term that no matter what, someone gets the parking lot stall just closest to the store, and I drive by and I go, yay, I'm so happy for you. You know what I mean? That's equanimity. Don't get mad. Someone gets a free trip to Bali. Don't say, I'm jealous. You know, like, what? Like, yeah, send me postcards. Here's $1.25. You know, like, so it's your family is your family. You know what I mean? Like, wow, they're just gonna keep doing what they're doing. But you, me, I can change. And I had to, and I am changing to be of service to my family and to be of service to my own capacity to be of service to our lahui. And this is why Hawaii is going to be pivotal, because pono and aloha, central. And you know, we don't do it that well. Who cares? I'm just doing it. I'm doing it, and I want to be able to do it better every single day. And this is why I'm practicing. By my actions, teach my mind. And makahana ka ike. So yeah, don't be judging everybody else, Manu. Work on it in yourself. And oya vale, you know. Aloha aku, aloha mai, our kupuna said. Love is found by loving. It's not found by like, oh, I wish I was loved. No, it's because you're not loving, brah. Love is found by loving. Aloha aku, aloha mai. That's simultaneity. And that is actually, we can point to post-quantum physics as an idea. We can point to indigenous knowledges as an idea. We can point to philosophical structures of spiritual traditions. And as you sow, so shall you reap. And this is why, what are you sowing in your life? Don't worry about your siblings. Love your siblings. And, they should drive you crazy, because crazy means we're waking up. Thanks for that question, Sarah.
Awesome. We have a question that came in through the Q&A. It is, how does one introduce the idea of Ho'oponopono to our families, or do we just do our own work and let go?
Yeah, totally. Good question. My sister Melly became a haku. Yeah, thanks, Mel. You know what I mean? Because, I'm the younger sibling, and being a haku has changed my life. For Ho'oponopono, it is you have to practice. You have to practice in your own self, And so my practice has been Ho'opono for many years. And so when people ask me to do Ho'opono, I'm ready. You know what I mean? And so you can't rock up. Number one rule is a haku can never say, oh, you guys need Ho'oponopono, I'm ready. That's the number one rule. Absolutely not. It's like basically you're saying, I see your illness and I can help you. No, there's no mutuality in that. The person that needs healing must say, can I come to you? Can we come to you? So that intentionality must be shared. It can't be driven by an outside source. And we knew that. So that's why many times our dreams give us remedies. Oftentimes we'll know what to do through our ikemoi, through the transference of ideas that come not from predictable empirical sources. And so yeah, just work on yourself. And I mean it. And then your family's gonna go, what's wrong with her? And you're gonna go, and you're just gonna love them for that question, because yeah, if happiness and joy is the new wrong, yeah, give me nasty, man, So work on yourself, be pono within yourself, oya vale no, and then watch what happens. And don't be driven, don't be, just focus on yourself. And malokone, oya i'o, focus on your own truth. Go into your truth and know who you are. Do you know who you are? Because if you do, then people's comments won't hurt you. People's impatience won't affect you. You just send them compassion, because, that's what they need. Right?
Absolutely.
Well,
So someone, yeah, so I wanted to ask, what about people that have no contact with family?
make a family. Who says family's blood? You know, ʻohana.
Yes.
Who says, who's that? We've got subcultures of families. Oh my God, people who ride motorcycles, like, yeah. And then even there, people who ride motorcycles without helmets, my God, that's a family. So yacht people who paddle canoe, family, you know what I mean? So find and make your knitting circle a family. You know what I'm talking about, everybody. Family is not by blood at all. That's one version of the idea of ʻohana. Create ʻohana through, you know, your love of dogs, your love of kites, your love of music. You know what I'm talking about. And do the pono thing with that. And yeah, family's everyone.
I love that answer. Awesome.
Any more questions? Questions, audience? La 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 la.
We have one here by my good friend Joy Agner. How do you reconcile internal work focus and non-judgment within systemic wrongdoings?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a big question.
It's Tonglen. It's, you know, it's called I drink it in. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of why we live kind of secluded, because when you see so much heva in the world, you know how in a certain meditation years ago they taught us to you know, breathe in white light and exhale darkness. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that is definitely one way to do it. But I prefer the breathing in of black negative kaumaha, sorrow, brokenheartedness, and then using my body as a template of healing, and then breathe out love, that's healing light. And that's what I do, because, you know, it's overwhelming. Every time I used to drive across Pu'uloa, Pearl Harbor, and I just moved to Oahu. I'm a Hilo girl and Aotearoa girl. And, you know, like those big ships are in Pu'uloa and Pearl Harbor, like what? And so, and I know how precious Pu'uloa is to our people. And I just cry driving by this. And so now I just breathe in. And, you know, and they've started Malama Pu'uloa. Those guys are cleaning up Pearl Harbor. And so that just happened. That's just started happening in the last 5 years. And so I would like to think that I was a part of that. You know what I mean? Just a tiny part of the consciousness of stopping the judgment and going into what I can do in my person and in my spirit body to drink in the negativity, and then use my body. It's an actual practice. Use my body as a filter to share light with others. So yeah, great question. And you must answer that question with your life, I think, and everyone will do it differently.
We had a comment from Liz that like made me smile. She said, "Thank you so much. This has touched me. Also, can I adopt you as my family, Manu?"
Absolutely.
Me too, please.
We'll have a sign-up sheet.
We'll have our own family
It's a party, and
webinar.
we're all invited. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a party. Let's make Hawaii, like, let's do the aloha spirit thing, because my God, that is the center of who we are. And if you get no more aloha putinho, okay, so you just gotta, you know, pinch yourself and get back on the kini popo, because look at how beautiful, look at the place we live. And, you know, just so you know, blue is the ancient color of love. Blue ocean, blue ocean, blue sky. And so, you know, we have blue everywhere. So we lucky. We're not looking at, you know, oil things and skyscrapers. We're looking at blue. And that vibration is enough to change everybody. So plug in to love. The ancient color of aloha is blue. And and there it is. We lucky.
Miss
Maoke aloha.
Tisa and I got the memo of that.
Nice.
We intuited that one. We have a couple
Nice.
more questions, but I noticed that we're also at 1 o'clock, almost at 1 o'clock. And so I want to respect everybody's time. And Manu, if you're willing to stay on a few more minutes to answer these last couple questions,
Okay.
otherwise we can,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
we
yes.
can send, okay, wonderful. And I don't know if there was a way that we wanted to also close this
Yes.
this time together, since it feels incredibly powerful and special to have had this experience with everybody. Do
Thanks,
you
Beth.
recommend we do this now or after the questions? That would...
When we close, those of you who are still on, thank you for being here. Thank you. Those of you who have to leave, please leave. Please leave, get out. Nah, but a couple more minutes, and then those of you who are still here, let's sing the Ole Mahalo together. And I'm sorry I don't have the lyrics, but you can just bear witness to the resonance and then sing along, okay? So aloha ahui hoi, beloveds who must leave, and those who can stay, let's stay a couple more minutes, and then we'll sing the thank you song. Okay.
I'll ask the first question. How does one learn and become a formal practitioner of Ho'oponopono?
Well, we just happen to have a major. Hello. Actually, Auntie Lynette Paglinawan is our beautiful kupuna in residence here at UH West Oahu. We have a newly appointed concentration called Hawaiian and Indigenous Health and Healing major. And in it, there's strands of Ho'oponopono, and La'au Lapa'au and Lomi Lomi. So Auntie Lynette is just a beloved practitioner of 50 years. She learned from Tutu Kuvena Pukui. And we have classes that begin in August here at UH West Oahu. Oh, nice. Thanks, Vera. Yeah, nice.
Great, thank you. There are two more questions. I think we'll end it on these last two. Oh, I'm sorry, there's three. How do I learn to speak my truth without causing pain and hurt to others?
Oh my gosh, you cannot. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Well, you know, it's your intention. You know, what's the quality of your intention? And when your intention is grounded in trust and in love and aloha, then you can only say your truth, and then you cannot control how it is received, and that drives me crazy. And just this past weekend, it drove me crazy because my beloved misunderstood my intention, and so we had to take some time off, and I had to ask for forgiveness, and so did she. So that you know, you just can't. You can't. You've got to say what you want, what you must say lovingly, and then buckle in, because sometimes it's just, yeah, you can't control people's response to your truth. So yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, the truth is important, and sometimes it hurts, but in order for real healing to happen, honesty is and truth is really
it really is. And you know, we've been taught, especially as women, to I had to learn at 40. I'm 60. I had to learn at 40 years old that I am a liar. I am such a liar. You know, how much is this? Oh, $18. Not lie. How are you today? Oh, fine. Lie. You know what I mean? So we lie all the time. So practice at those small truth telling, and watch it blossom into a discipline of it becomes self-awareness. Great question.
I'm going to, okay, so there's one about recommendations for reading or any particular authors that you would recommend.
On Ho'oponopono, oh my gosh.
We're also going to be sending out a document that Manu wrote, and that there's a lot of resources in that as well. So But maybe if you have a couple that stand out that you would share.
Amanda and Sarah, thank you for sending that. It's a short paper, about 10 pages on a summary of Ho'oponopono. And thanks, Terry, about that. My work is in Indigenous epistemology. There's a book on Ho'oulu, A Time of Becoming, at my sister's shop because she published it and Melly did the art. I know, nepotism rocks. Let's just say that, come on. But you will know the quality of readings that you are attracted to. And if now bear witness to what people are giving you. You don't have to, you just have to feel the energy, because right now, oh my gosh, Lee Irwin is my favorite. Lee Irwin, IRWIN, the archaeology of the spirit, the archaeology of the soul. Oh my gosh. So I've been reading those guys for years, because Ho'oponopono, a lot of the resources that are printed on Ho'oponopono are written from a non-Hawaiian perspective, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. But the best things for me to read on Pono is that you find your resources in mysterious ways. I remember Nityananda's book just fell off the shelf and hit me on the foot, and I was looking for that. Oh my gosh. So but there's no more bookstores. That's what's weird. So so bear witness to the challenge. But if you're interested in truth and histories of truth telling from a spiritual position, put that on Amazon and see what comes up. A lot of the books that I've loved are from, what's that press? What do you guys, do you know the press that I'm thinking of? Shambhala books. There's so many presses that are beautiful. Krishnamurti changed my life. He's a truth teller. If you don't know who Krishnamurti is, you can email me. And I started reading him when I was 17 years old. What a guy. So find your path. Your path is your own, and then resonate with others, and they'll give you great Shambhala press. Thank you. They'll share with you. So have fun in the dive into different books and different ideas. Oh, Lee Irwin, IRWIN, Lee Irwin, LEEIRWIN. Absolutely brilliant. And he speaks in a different frequency, and you're going to love his work.
And the store that you were speaking, your sister's store, is Namea.
Namea Hawaiʻi
Bookstore. Yeah.
Just
in case someone didn't know. Thank you, Amanda, for sticking in the link. And our final question for today is a close relationship that I never imagined would end. Somehow, sorry, it went away from, okay, there we go. That I never imagined would end somehow became broken. We never had a fight. We just never shared our truths. Can you advise on how to mend this, or are there some relationships you can just release and let go?
Absolutely, absolutely. Release, release, release. You know what I mean? Keep releasing, and you never know when it'll come back, or if it's meant to. And there's new friends around the corner. No, if you cannot share your truth. I remember releasing a friend many years ago. I needed to tell my truth. I did, and it was hard for her. And so we parted ways, and I'll never forget it. And now she's just a beloved friend. But I don't see her. So we are meant to keep evolving, and not everybody's at this pace that you're at. So let difference hold. Let difference stand. Let your process be yours, and then Holomo, keep going. And then Rumi, I love Rumi. Rumi likes to say, out in the field beyond right and wrong, I'll meet you there. Let's go. So blessings to all of you. Thank you for the quality of this potential and the quality of our own intersections. I know we're going to meet each other one day, and I appreciate this opportunity. Sarah, thank you for finding me. And Amanda, thank you for your excellence. And Matisa, thank you for being connected to our Mental Health America of Hawaii. Blessings, gang. So let's close today's hui with the Oli Mahalo. This Oli is beloved to us because all we're saying is the best has been unfurled in front of us. The best is here. The best is here. Thank you, Kupuna. Thank you, deities. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you don't know it, ho'olono, and close your eyes so you can feel the vibration. And then those of you who do, sing it. And those of you who know it but don't know the lyrics, hum. So everybody hum, because this is a now time of resonance. You don't need to know the lyrics. We need to just feel the purpose. And our shared purpose in this event is to help Hawaii heal. And for me, when we're on the path of pono, when we're on the path of truth-telling, we're on a collective path of our individual excellence. So let's sing and let's hum and let's just share in this final pani, this closure of gratitude for today's webinar. Mahalo, gang. Uhola ia kamakalu ala. Huai ke aloha la. Kuka ia kahalu ala. Pahavehi mai na lehua. Mai ka ho'oku ia ka halavaila. Mahalo e na akua. Mahalo e na kupuna la ea. Mahalo me ke aloha la. Mahalo me ke aloha.
Aloha. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your week.
Many blessings.